Hello, fellow parents. Ever feel like you're juggling more responsibilities than a circus performer on a unicycle? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of us can relate to, a phenomenon that's been quietly slipping into family life. We're talking about quiet quitting among parents. Now, this isn't your typical parenting topic. It's a candid conversation about those moments when you might find yourself doing a stealthy fade out from parenting spotlight. Stick around as we dive into the topic that is unheard of by many or rarely spoken about at all. I am Dr. Taniesha Burke and welcome to our channel. Parenting is a beautiful journey filled with love, laughter, and a myriad of responsibilities. However, in recent times, a phenomenon known as quiet quitting, among mothers in particular, has emerged. So, as you listen, you might be wondering, what exactly is quiet quitting? It is referred to as subtle withdrawal from parental responsibilities and child care, and it's essential to address this issue with understanding and empathy. Quiet quitting is connected to burnout, and a report from Ohio State University in the USA in 2021 found that 68% of working mothers and 42% of fathers meet the criteria for parental burnout, which basically is a non-clinical term that means they're so exhausted by the pressure of caring for their children, they feel they have nothing left to give. And this is tied to quiet quitting because once they get to this burnout point, they then start to withdraw from their parenting responsibilities. For the rest of this video, we'll explore what quiet quitting entails, how to recognize if you as a parent might be experiencing it, how to identify it in your partner, and most importantly, how to overcome it together as a family. Now, let's further examine what quiet quitting is all about. Quiet quitting is not an intentional act of negligence. Rather, it often stems from feelings of overwhelm, exhaustion, or a sense of being undervalued. Parents may start to withdraw from certain aspects of their responsibilities, which lead to a disconnect within the family unit. It's crucial to approach this phenomenon with empathy and a willingness to understand the underlying causes. Now that we understand the key features of quiet quitting, we're now going to shift gear and look at the signs and symptoms of this phenomenon within yourself. So now what we're going to do is ask you some reflective questions, and as you hear these questions, we encourage you to reflect on whether or not you can relate to any of them. To detect whether or not you're experiencing quiet quitting, the first thing to do is to reflect on your own emotions. Take a moment to reflect on your feelings towards your parenting responsibilities. Are you feeling consistently overwhelmed, tired, or underappreciated? Communicate with yourself. Engage in an open and honest dialogue within yourself. Are there specific tasks or responsibilities that you find yourself avoiding or neglecting consistently? The next thing we encourage you to do is to assess your priorities. Take notes of your priorities. Are they consistently deprioritizing your child's needs or spending quality time with them? Next is to assess your emotional energy. Take note of your emotional energy level throughout the day. If you find yourself consistently drained, irritable, or lacking enthusiasm for parenting tasks, it may indicate a need for self-reflection and potential adjustments in your routine. It's also important to explore unspoken resentments. So are you harboring unspoken resentment or frustration regarding your parenting or even your children? Do you have a sense of disconnection from your parenting responsibilities and your children or the family overall? Or are you gradually withdrawing from your parenting responsibilities altogether? Next is to evaluate engagement during quality time. Now, when you're interacting with your children, do you notice that you're physically present but mentally distant? You're not there engaging actively with them? This could be a sign of quiet quitting. Is it that you notice an increase distancing in actively participating with your children, and when they ask you to participate, you become extremely irritable? Now that you have the tools to evaluate whether or not you are experiencing quiet quitting, it's important to also look and observe whether or not your partner is experiencing the same thing. So now we're going to ask you or share with you some reflective questions you can ask yourself or your partner regarding whether or not they are also experiencing quiet quitting. So the first thing is to observe, pay attention to changes in behavior. Is your partner withdrawing from certain parenting tasks or exhibiting signs of distress or exhaustion? Ask direct questions. Sometimes a direct conversation is necessary. Ask your partner how they're feeling about their parental responsibilities and if there's anything they need help with. Also, notice changes in communication patterns. Pay attention to the shifts in your partner's communication style. If they've become less open and communicative about their feelings or concerns or the day-to-day aspects of parenting, it could be an indicator of a quiet quitting. Initiate open conversations to create a supportive environment for them to share. Also, look out for nonverbal cues. Sometimes quiet quitting can manifest through nonverbal cues. Watch for changes in body language, facial expressions, or the level of enthusiasm during parenting activities. Subtle signs like avoiding eye contact or heavy sighs or frustrations may signal a need for further exploration and a discussion. Next is to evaluate the shared responsibilities you have in your home. Assess how your partner engages in shared responsibilities. If you notice a decline in their involvement or consistent reliance on you to handle certain tasks, it might indicate quiet withdrawal. Now that you understand how to evaluate quiet quitting in yourself or in your partner, we're going to shift gears and evaluate what you can do about it. Before we do that though, we encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're not a subscriber to our channel. By doing this, you will get notification of similar content in the future. Now, let's start talking about what you do now that you've noticed quiet quitting. The first thing you need to do is to have open communication. Foster an environment of open communication with your partner. Create a safe space for them to share their feelings and concerns without a judgment. Next, seek professional support. Consider seeking the guidance of a family therapist or counselor. Professional support can provide valuable insights and strategies to strengthen the family bond. The next thing to do is to reassess and redistribute responsibilities. Have an open and honest discussion about the division of parenting tasks. Consider redistributing responsibilities based on each other's strengths and preferences. Also, prioritize self-care. Encourage self-care in both yourself and your partner. A well-rested and emotionally fulfilled parent is better equipped to handle the challenges of parenting. Also, it's important to celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate the small victories. Positive reinforcement can help build motivation and a sense of accomplishment, even for us as adults. Also, create a shared vision for parenting. Sit down with your partner to discuss and create a shared vision for your parenting journey. Establish common goals, values, and priorities that align with both your vision for the family. Having a shared roadmap can strengthen your partnership and provide a sense of purpose, which reduces the likelihood of quiet quitting. And finally, implement regular check-ins. Schedule regular check-in sessions with your partner to discuss how each of you is feeling about your parenting roles and responsibilities. These check-ins provide a dedicated space for open conversations, allowing you both to express any concerns or shared victories and collaboratively address challenges. Consistent communication fosters a supportive environment for both partners to thrive in their roles. Quiet quitting can affect any parent, but addressing it with compassion, communication, and collaboration can lead to a stronger, more connected family. Remember, parenting is a shared journey, and by supporting each other, we can create a nurturing environment where both parents and children thrive, embrace the joys of parenting, and together overcome challenges that come your way. We are now at the end of our discussion on quiet quitting, and we hope that you found the information informative. Please share this content with friends or family who may benefit from the content. And if you are watching and you're not a subscriber, we encourage you to subscribe so you can be alerted of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye for now.